old bolt roller. In this hole you will find a 2mm Allen screw. The bolt roller itself is held in place with high strength glue as well, which is why it is difficult to open it. The simplest way to remove it is to crush it in a good bench vise. Turn it 90 degrees and close the bench vise until the roller cracks. After these two cracks, the bolt roller can be easily removed as it falls into pieces. The fixed part of the roller is concave on its side, and this surface must sit exactly on the curve of the bolt. The correct position is very important. Grease to the surface so that the roller can freely move, then push the two parts together. Put some high-strength Loctite into the hole. The glue is only in the hole and not between the surfaces of the two parts, as these must still be able to move within each other. Secure the roller by placing the screw through the hole in the bolt and tightening the parts together. The position of the roller must correspond perfectly with the curve of the bolt. When you have found this perfect position, tighten the screw thoroughly. Clean off any remaining glue immediately. There must not be any glue either inside or outside of the bolt. Ensure that the roller functions without any problems. Correctly install the stabilizer and insert the entire bolt into the housing. Bolt roller, the cocking lever must always be changed too. Position the cocking lever and secure it with this screw. It's a very short thread, so be delicate when installing it. The screw is supposed to be tight, but you must not over tighten it. Installing a new bolt roller, check the bolt pressure. If this is too high, you must correct this by adjusting the barrel. Loosen these two screws. Check the pressure. Now this is too little. It will be necessary to tighten the first screw whilst the bolt is closed until you feel resistance. When the perfect adjustment is found, secure the barrel with this screw. The cocking lever must not open by itself. Neither should you need too much force to close it. Now start to insert the hammer. On top of the hammer, place the pressure spring, and onto the spring, place the velocity screw. The gap in the ring around the velocity screw is vertical. The gap must never be to one side. When the gap is in the correct vertical position, press the velocity screw in with one finger and secure the entire unit with a small lateral screw. So that the velocity screw cannot rotate. The trigger parts are assembled within the pistol as they are laid out here. Starting with the trigger sear, this area shown is where the hammer catches. It is inserted like this. Using a punch to assist you, ensure that the sear is correctly positioned. The trigger part has to be able to move freely. into the pinhole and then insert the pin from the opposite side. Tap the pin into the hole. As the pin is tapped in, the punch will automatically withdraw. Insert the pin to the point where it catches the trigger part. Tap the pin in completely, after which ensure that the sear can still move freely. Now reassemble the grip rod. It has to be put into this position and fixed with the pin. The grip rod also has to move freely. Underneath, there is a hole where this spring needs to sit. Now the remaining trigger part is placed like this. Using a punch for assistance, locate the correct position. Done, tap the pin in until you're able to remove the punch. Tap the pin in completely. After this, remount the rear sight.